problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Well, Coach, as far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between our visitors and the Denver Broncos. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And the Mile High air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
44, Mike. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. A give running right, Lindsay. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. On 3rd and long, it's locked. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. He'll send this one into the Mile High air, and it's a good one. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Watch the edge. Be dead.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, alert!
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll run. It's Lindsey. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30. 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. Give him 55 yards on the ground.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game.
Hey, watch it.
They'll run here with Freeman. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Not today.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the Browns' 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check three.
They'll try the left side. Winters. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Set, 20. Watch his flat.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Not that time for Watkins.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
On first down, Lindsey. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Let's go now. 60 yards. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Sit up. Let's go.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf.
Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
Ready? Snap.
On third down, it's Lindsey. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
70, Indy.
10 at the 26-yard line.
Let go. Let go.
Now it's Lindsey. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
On the set.
44's Mike. Check. On game, punt.
Put out. Big grip.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
King.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, They almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a carry for Lindsey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Ready?
Mike 51, Mike 51. All day, baby, all day.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Locke. Taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught at the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 53 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Ready up.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
218, chopper.
He's coming. We got double up. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike.
Snap.
To throw on 3rd down. Locke. Dancing to his left. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Hey, alert, alert!
second down now. It's Hunt, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Play fake. Mayfield. He's going to go deep for Conley. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Mayfield. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
He's going to go deep for Conley. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup, as now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Run. 43.
Mayfield on play action. He's got the hook up with Conley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. They go play action. Mayfield looking deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down near the 5. And the return will stop right around the 25. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, Alpha.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. That one good for 21 yards, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I just came out of my chair. Big-time run right there, and all of a sudden I realized...
Didn't reach the chains, did he?
How do you go that far? Create that type of an explosive play that'll be a check and a plus on every grade sheet and still not get a first down.
Yeah, they had put themselves in a bad spot, but a big gain, that helps. Another run by Lindsey, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
Here we go, here we go. 70, Indy.
Single. Check three.
Ready.
Now to the air, Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here we go. 10-2 saw.
Watch the backer.
Ready.
On third down, Lindsey. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line.
We own it.
Locke now on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Check. 5.
Here's Lindsey. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, it's Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Taking it in from the 20. And the Broncos push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Now it's Hunt. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
180! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Hurry, hurry!
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Pistol. One touch!
To throw, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
This is taken at the 23. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Ready! 10 Lobo. Bridgestone, travel.
I'm going back to you. Check. Lucky.
Hey, exit.
Hey, Mike, could you
Go.
On 2nd and 9. Lock. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Greedy Williams picks it off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Check 3.
King.
Check, 59. Let's go, D.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
show a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line.
Real.
Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 49. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Point it right. Pistol. Hey, zoom. Rush in. Regular. My God.
Mayfield to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing. Mayfield. Caught here by Conley. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Alert 3. Kill.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw a football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Get the ball.
They'll go again with Lindsey. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Brandon, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now on 2nd and 13. Lock. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Go. Ready?
To throw it is Lock. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mayfield now. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Check 50. Watch twist.
Alert! Hurry!
59. Mike is 59.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack by Jordan Willis. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Hey, Alert 33.
You got tape. You got tape.
Up. Hurry!
Motion. Reset.
My God.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Now a desperation throw deep, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it. But the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Right here, right here.
Regular. General West.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Run. Let's go. Real.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for the touchdown. Damian Ratley, 82 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10.
Box, lights. Look at me. Door. Hey, Charlie.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Come. 5.
On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Set, go.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And that knee will do it. Can't stop the clock defensively, so they protected their home field, got the victory in the wild card round.
And rewarded their home crowd. They came out in force for this one, really supported them throughout the year, and boy, they were something special in this one. And maybe it's their last home game, and if so, they sent them out with a great visual, didn't they?
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.
what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, call us dangerous, ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much, actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard, for your mom to your pop, to the beat, to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
Up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'm a